you're wondering where the Toronto real estate market is headed for this fall in 2025, especially if you're investing in multiplexes, let's break it down. Right now, we're deep into summer and the market is very quiet. We're seeing few listings and even fewer buyers. And because of this, a lot of sellers are waiting until September to list, hoping that the market picks up and they can get better prices. But here's the thing. History tells us that even though listings usually do spike in September, buyer demand doesn't actually jump at the same pace. And that will continue to create that imbalance of more sellers and fewer buyers that we've been seeing all year long this year. And that is going to be limiting where prices can go. And in fact, if you look at the sales to new listings ratio, it consistently drops in September, and a lower number means a stronger buyer's market, making it one of the weakest months for price momentum. And things typically only start to normalize closer to the end of the year and then picks up again in the new year starting in January. Now, looking back at past market cycles in hot years like 2020, 2021, with that COVID rush, prices still stayed steady throughout the fall, even though the overall trend for prices in those years was going up. But ever since interest rates started going up in 2022 and the market started weakening, we have seen a very different pattern in the fall where prices actually started to soften in September and then they kept dipping into year end before the market picked back up in the new year. So what should you expect this September in 2025? Well, more listings, more selection, and more competition among sellers. And that is great for buyers who want more choice and more negotiating power. And do not expect a surge in prices. Now, will rate cuts shake up the Toronto real estate market this fall? We also don't count on it. We might see one more rate cut in September, but that is unlikely to move the needle, especially with more listings hitting the market. The next Bank of Canada rate announcement lands on September 17th, and economists are really split. Half of the big banks don't expect a cut, and it's equally divided amongst the economists surveyed by Reuters. And really, a single small cut won't do much to move prices. At the end of the day, unless demand suddenly jumps up by a lot, which is very unlikely right now, we may see prices soften even more, especially on stale listings. Now, zooming out, we actually also don't expect a full-on crash. If you look at things since 2022, Toronto prices have mostly hovered within a narrow range, up a bit, down a bit, but no big moves either way. Unless something major happens, this fall and into year end looks like a solid window if you are hunting for a good price on a multiplex investment. You've got softer prices, more supply, lower interest rates compared to last year, which means you are in a strong position to land a deal before prices possibly recover in the new year. Now, here's an example we came across. A $1.1 million purchase that's already set up as 3 units in East York, a 3-bed upper, a 2-bed middle floor, and a 1-bed basement, 3 units, and it cash flows over $2,000 a month. On top of that, there's a garage in the backyard that can be either converted into a garden suite or topped up into a bigger 2-story suite to push cash flows even higher. And that will give you strong rental income, strong holding power, so that you can hang on in the long run to get those long-term appreciations too. Now, if you're not sure what makes a solid multiplex investment in Toronto, don't worry, because that's exactly what our team helps with. We're a real estate sales brokerage that specializes in multiplexes in Toronto. Whether you're looking for a turnkey multiplex or something that you can renovate and convert into a multiplex for a bigger upside, we'll help you find the right property, run the numbers, guide you through the whole process from purchase to renovations to renting it out, and eventually managing it for you in the long run too. And if you are ready to take the next step, just head over to this link here and let's chat.